Welcome back to Dice to Pixels.
Dice to Pixels.
Episode something.
Episode number here.
No, probably not. But
God.
it'll
It's
be
up there.
It'll be down there in the title.
Yeah, and yeah.
You don't use YouTube very much. Every time Chad has ever pointed anything out on screen in the history of D2P, it's been the wrong spot.
Well, no,
Probably.
I think he's pointing up because you know how sometimes you make your mouse hover, you can see the title above you.
I think he's just wrong.
That too. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to defend my husband.
Technology.
Hit the bell, kids. It's up here.
You see the X button that's way over here in the corner?
Yeah. Alt F4. Save yourself the hassle.
Oh, God.
All right. I don't know how much. Again, I never know how much of these intros are going to make it in because we're just idiots.
That's
we're
why
going to talk.
you keep coming back.
That's right.
But if you act now and you pay $3.99,
Are we doing
you'll
infomercials?
be able to get the rest of this podcast.
Yes, that's
We'll
right.
wait.
Oh,
We'll
hang
wait,
on. No. We're not going to sell the whole thing. We're doing minute by minute here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's $1 a minute. We'll unfreeze Chad if you donate. We don't even have any way for people to give us money, so
No.
this doesn't really work. All right, well, that's the episode. Thanks for coming. We're going to talk microtransactions today. And what we like, what I like, because I think both of these two hate them
I
exclusively.
don't hate them, but
Hate them with a fiery passion. She never talks about anything other than how much she hates them.
yeah, but it's just the entire conversation's off camera.
That's the only thing you've ever said, even on screen.
Yeah.
Every episode,
Yes.
in my mind,
Exactly.
has been
Yep.
you ranting about microtransactions.
Thank you for that PayPal transfer.
Oh, did we get one?
We got one.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. It must have been like a quantum bit flip because we don't have a PayPal.
No, I know. I just felt my phone vibrate, so I just assumed it was.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's probably not. It's probably. Let's find out.
Good.
It's
Who feels most passionately about this? Who wants to start?
Chad feels passionate about just about everything.
Really?
Chad, what's a game that
In
has
one way or another.
microtransactions that you hate or love?
Hate? Well, there's going to be a lot of hate.
Well, just pick one.
I'm going to start with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh,
Go right for the jugular.
I'm going right for the main vein.
But tell me about this because
Okay.
I bought that game and my buddy bought it too. And I knew that there was controversy, but I never paid attention.
They had locked characters and stuff
Okay.
so they advertised that you could play as certain characters in this game,
Oh.
but they locked it behind a paywall.
those fucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think that was the biggest thing with Battlefront 2 is if you wanted to play as Darth Vader, it cost you money in order to unlock him, more or less.
Yeah, that's
So you couldn't
super
grind
shit.
for it at all?
I'm sure you could have, but it took a ridiculous amount of time,
Yeah.
like insane amounts of time. There's
Like at
videos-
least 2 minutes.
At
Oh, yeah,
least.
yeah.
And who has time
there's
for
tons
that?
of videos out there that go in depth about the length of time it took to actually unlock certain characters in
Yeah.
it before EA decided to not be dicks and kind of dumb down the microtransactions just a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
A little bit.
But it had like the whole the gambling mechanic where you'd get boxes and it was completely random as what you were getting,
I
right?
mean, honestly, I'm kind of used to that sort of shit these days.
That seems to be a mainstay now.
Yeah, almost every game seems to have that shit. When we talk microtransactions, not that I make a huge distinction here, but how much are we talking about for unlocking these characters?
That's a good question. Let me look
I
that
do-
up.
Do you know about? Sarah's going to look that up while I continue ranting about something or raving. I do both.
Yeah.
Because like, not that it isn't shitty. I mean, it's shitty to say, oh, you can play as Obi-Wan and then lock it behind a paywall. That's shitty no matter what you do. But
Yeah.
if it's like 99 cents, that's less awful than if it's like $30 or something stupid. So I'd be curious to know how much it is.
Okay, so I'm just quick Google.
Sure.
To buy everything in Battlefront 2 requires 4,528 hours of playing
Oh, I thought you were going to say dollars.
or $2,100.
Fuck me.
Yes.
So
Holy shit.
So you're initially dropping a $69 to $79 price for the game from the start.
That's just the down payment on the mortgage.
Exactly.
Fuck me.
And this inherently is the biggest problem I have with games in this day and age is that I mean, back in the Nintendo era and the Sega era, when you got Blades of Steel or Contra back in the day, and you got that cartridge, that was the game. Like,
sure,
if it had bugs, it had bugs. Some people would use them to exploit it, whatever.
Sure.
But you had a complete game.
Yeah.
And now 90% of the time, you don't get a complete game, because even when a game goes gold at launch time, there's always like a monsters patch or something for Cyberpunk, for example.
Yeah. And tell me, how do you feel about children being on your lawn?
Well, we don't.
I'm kidding. No, I actually.
They know better to stay away. The fence is electrified.
And the ground.
There's landmines.
No, I do agree. Actually, unfinished games is. We'll maybe talk about that after we do some more microtransactions, because that's actually something where I'm completely on board. I fucking hate it when developers do that. But for microtransactions, $2,000 is so. I have a lot higher tolerance than most people, I think, for microtransactions, and I partake in microtransactions for some games. $2,000 hits me as like a holy shit, you money grubbing fucks.
Yeah.
But I've seen games where it's like, hey, you could get this if you like played the game for a night, or you can pay us $15. And I'm like, honestly, go for it. Like if it's that level, like I don't care if it costs $10,000 to unlock everything.
Yeah.
If you could just do it by playing the damn game normally, not grinding forever, but normally, I'm like, cool. Take those suckers for everything they're worth. If they want to pay you to not play your game, fucking bleed them dry. Like I don't care.
So here's a small example of what you just said. The latest Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes that released a few years back.
Sure.
So when you play through the games, there's certain rewards that you can get, like an infinite rocket launcher or an infinite Gatling gun.
When you complete under a certain
you complete the
threshold.
game on a certain difficulty or time frame, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can do that in game just by playing the game. Like
normally. And that's true to the originals.
Yep.
They had that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then Capcom introduced a little option that was a premium unlock everything, and I think it was like $7 or
that's reasonable.
$7 to $10 or something like that. But it unlocks all of the infinite special weapons and all that stuff. So even if you didn't play the game at all, and you bought the game, but then you bought this premium unlock thing, you could start a brand new game with all of those infinite weapons and just breeze right through it without any challenge whatsoever.
Sure. I mean, there's that, but at the same time, there's also like, for instance, Danielle plays Resident Evil, the original 2, not the remake, but the original. And I think it's the original. Actually, maybe it is the remake. Doesn't matter. She would really struggle with unlocking any of those.
Oh. So
from my perspective, if she wanted to play with those, it's either I give up my time to unlock them for her, or I pay $7. I'll pay the $7.
Yeah.
So like, it depends how you look at it. Yes, you could totally just, go in with infinite ammo, rocket launcher, and blitz the game. Fair enough. You could also, she's played it through 3 times. I can't get the unlock. I could do it for her. Or I could give her not that I would give her $7, but I can pay for the unlock. She uses my account. That's why I'm paying for it. Not that she doesn't have her own money. But like that would be totally reasonable to me. So I think that one depends a little bit on how you look at it. Yeah. And honestly, $7 is not that bad.
No, that seems perfectly reasonable.
That's reasonable. Yeah. I like that. To me, that's just like, yeah, cool. Yeah. That's fair.
You know exactly what you're getting with it.
Yeah.
I think,
and it's not like, oh, unlock the rest of the game. It's like, oh, you want to like unlock these achievements because you're too lazy or not able to do them yourself?
Yeah.
Here you go. That's actually a perfect example of a microtransaction that I'm like, ding, did it right. Yeah.
And it didn't, it came out months after the game was released.
Even better.
So it's called the all in-game rewards unlock. It's $5. So that's probably American.
Sure.
And it gives you 2 extra game modes that can only be unlocked in the game, whatever. An unbreakable combat knife, and then it gives you 4 guns with infinite ammo.
Yeah.
Some additional costumes for the characters, a model imager, and some concept art.
Yeah, but all of that is unlockable.
Yeah, unlockable in the game by playing it.
Yeah, whatever. I remember actually looking at the chart where it's like, finish it in 60 minutes or less and you get blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I remember all of this.
Yeah. So
because I was going to, this is actually applicable to me because I was going to unlock those for her. I will pay the $5.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's actually, to me, that's a perfect example of like, they did that right.
Yep.
That's good job.
Yeah.
And a lot of Capcom games do that. They did the same thing with Resident Evil 3 Remake, exactly the same thing where you can unlock, same thing.
Yeah.
And Devil May Cry 5, again, same thing. It's unlocks for, different super characters or whatever. And
yeah, no, that I think is the right way to do it. Yep. One of the right ways to do it.
Yep.
I think I've ranted about this, certainly in a previous life and possibly even on this podcast.
We did.
Yeah.
But I'll kick it off here and we can go down whatever rabbit holes we find. The number one thing that I find disgusting with microtransactions is cosmetics.
Yep.
In general, like not in a case where you're getting like a bundle of unlocks and it includes that, fine, whatever. But like, it's so predatory, especially towards children, that it's like, I want my unicorn sparkle outfit. I'm going to pay $6 of mommy and daddy's money. And like that shit bugs me so badly.
Yep.
Targeted towards adults, that's fine. But when you start preying on children with fucking predatory microtransactions, you can burn in hell. That's fucking awful.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I had given my nephew a $50 gift card for his Nintendo Switch,
sure,
for the Nintendo eShop, and in 5 minutes he blew it buying cosmetics he bought Rocket League,
okay,
but then he blew the rest of it on cosmetics,
sure,
in Rocket League to make his RC car look different or whatever.
Yeah,
and I just.
Yeah, like it's one thing if an adult who's making their own money wants to do that. I'm like, cool, like that's whatever. It's not my cup of tea, but that's fine. But that's not it. They market it to children. It's all about getting kids. Roblox is one of the most disgusting versions of that.
And Fortnite.
Fortnite's bad, but Roblox is like almost the entire system is almost targeted towards children to begin with.
Yes.
And then in addition, it's targeted towards children.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fortnite's pretty bad for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a boomer at heart, so I don't play Fortnite.
No.
I play Destiny. They have a lot of you can buy their currency, which costs real money. Their silver.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of the...
Well, what do you do with it? Because I haven't played Destiny.
Okay, so with the silver, you buy basically weapon ornaments that make your guns certain guns look different. They have cosmetics or emotes or ships, sparrows, which is basically like the motorbike that they use to get around in some areas. Like it's all cosmetic.
Yeah, that's gross. I don't like that.
And there's something. So they used to have a system where whenever you gained a level, you would get these engrams that when you open them would give you something that you didn't have through their paywall.
Okay. So
you used to be able to get stuff for free, but then they really de-escalated how frequently you get those. So now it's only, I don't know the exact timing on it.
They made it harder. Yeah. Got it.
But it takes longer to get them.
Yeah.
So it's almost, there's certain cosmetics that you see on there, and it's like, if you don't get it now, you're going to have to wait until they get put into the loot pool in these little engrams. But then those engrams, you're only going to get maybe like once or twice a week.
Yeah. I mean, that's just marketing to children with extra steps. That's still shitty. I don't mind games that I don't mind games that don't target to children, that do like consumable purchases. Like Tibia is a game that they introduced Tibia coins, I don't know how many years ago. For the longest time, it was you either subscribe to the game for a premium account or you don't subscribe for a free account. Mm-hmm. Full stop. That was the monetization. Then they added Tibia coins. And one of the sort of unique things about it, well, not unique, but it right out of the gate was essentially a real money auction house where you could list like in-game currency and everything. So there was an immediate like currency exchange there, which was good and bad. You could buy equipment and everything else for it. You could technically buy cosmetics, but not really. But one of the things you could do was you could finally, as a free account, if you earned enough money, you could sell it for Tibia coins and then buy premium time with Tibia coins. So people that didn't have a credit card, for instance, children that wanted to play it, they could grind out the money and ultimately buy premium time with that, which is kind of nice if it works that way. If they, grab mom's credit card or dad's credit card and use it to buy Tibia coins that way, that's less good. So I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the intent.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. And obviously any business is going to try and market to whoever they can, but it's especially shitty when it's obviously targeted at children.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Sarah?
I'm kind of mixed with it. I think loot boxes are by far the worst. I don't mind paying for a little thing, but I want to know what I'm getting. Yeah,
you don't like the gambling aspect.
No, I think that is it creates, I think, especially with kids, that kind of can develop into creating gambling addictions or anything like that. And that, creates further problems down on. But
so you don't think I should be giving my like young nieces and nephews like gambling certificates for online casinos?
Probably not.
I got some.
But like, yeah.
There's a Toys R Us here.
But otherwise, the pay to win aspect of a lot of games is kind of annoying. But at the same time, if you want to, like, it's your money. It's not going to affect me directly.
As long as it doesn't.
As long as it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's my like line in the sand on that. Because I've mentioned before, I'm the type of person that pay to win actually targets successfully. Like World of Warcraft, at one point I bought my fully level character legitimately through the market. And that was the only way that I could ever come back into the game. Because I'm not going to spend 3 weeks leveling a character just so that I can then play with my friends.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
No. But along with that, though, you're paying to get to the certain level to play with other people. It's not like you're going in and dominating other people.
It's very different.
Yes.
Yeah. It would be very different if I was trying to pay to win in like the PvP ladders or something like that. That would be a very different thing.
Yeah.
I think like a fast level system, I don't mind it in cases where if you don't have a lot of time to devote to gaming.
That's my thing.
Yeah, like I totally agree with something like that where if we're playing WoW and you two are already at like level 20 and I'm sitting here scrub at level like 2.
Yeah, give me 100% bonus XP potion for 99 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like, I don't mind stuff like that because it's a catch-up thing, but I mean, if you don't have time to devote to it, then this is an easy way to stay in the game.
Yeah, and that's always sort of been my historical problem is in the group, I'm almost always the guy who lags behind everybody. So being able to catch up quickly, even if it costs me a few bucks, no big deal.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that I will almost always, with any game I'm playing, if there's a premium subscription, I'll do it because usually it comes with an XP boost. And that just helps me devote slightly less time to keeping up just so that, because I don't enjoy playing the game by myself.
Yeah.
Depends on the game. I want to play it with friends. And so being able to catch up quickly is like absolutely essential because otherwise I'll drop out and I'll never play. So done right, I think that can be super great. And done right consumables, like going back to Tibia, because I think they did a pretty good job on the whole. One of the things that they did was in that game, you have a capacity, like you have a weight limit that you can carry up to, and you literally can't, it's not like, oh, you're encumbered. It's like you can't pick stuff up past your weight limit, period.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that the Tibia store does, which uses their currency, is those items go into your Tibia store inbox and they don't count towards capacity. So you can buy health potions or whatever through that and use them without. So like, it doesn't really matter much if you're super high level, which a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But if you're leveling up, it can be a huge boon. Like if you're trying to power game up, it's like, oh, cool. I don't have to worry about the 1,000 pounds of health potions that I need to carry. I can just buy those through the store.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of like shortcutting the mechanics, I think can be effective if done properly.
Mm.
Same thing with like XP boosts and everything. Something that's useful to you to catch up, but it's probably not going to make the difference at the end game. I think that's sort of key when you're balancing these things.
Yeah.
Another thing I really don't like, this is going back into World of Warcraft because that's so forefront in our mind. But and it's not anyway mandatory, but
name changes.
Yes, for one.
Oh, okay, that wasn't what you were going
actually,
for?
the name changes, but no, I was going to go with the mounts and pets.
Oh, yeah. Well, that goes into cosmetics.
Yeah, but it's not just, it's the cost of them. Like,
oh my God, yes.
Like
$99.
Yeah, like I'm looking here, the original, the first one you could buy, because I remember getting it at the time, was the Celestial Steed.
Yeah.
It's $32 Canadian now.
That's, yeah, and it was more expensive when it came out, I think.
For some reason, my mind's telling me $12 at that time.
Oh, maybe it was cheaper.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Inflation's a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, what else? Like so many, like most of them are over $32, like are $32 or more.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hate all of that shit.
And
that's
then,
all garbage.
And then the pets themselves, let's pop into the pets here. $12.50. Yeah, most of them are $12.50.
That's
and
so
then,
much.
Actually, I think it's 3 of them
for a cosmetic.
Yeah.
$12.50 for a cosmetic.
Yeah.
That's 50 cents for Americans, mind you. Yep. But, $12.50 Canadian 50 cents. I think that's the right exchange.
But
check me on that.
3 of them are actually, like, I don't believe they're mandatory, but they can be applied to achieve an achievement. The Crazy Cat Lady or Crazy Cat Man achievement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, like, you're spending almost $50 to get an achievement if you...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's all cosmetic bullshit. Yes. I hate it all.
Yeah.
And so expensive.
Yeah.
So
pixels,
expensive.
For pixels. And the amount of, like, the fact that the Celestial Steed has been out since... the Wrath of the Lich King, which was like, what, 2009 or something like that? Like, and it's $32? Like,
yeah, well, and WoW is bad for like the server changes and name changes and everything. Like name change, go to hell.
Yeah.
99 cents. Like I get you don't want people just spamming name changes. Fine. Charge 99 cents for it, not whatever $5, $10 they charge or whatever.
I'll even go a step further is with gamer tags on Xbox or PSN.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think you had one freebie,
but
then any more after that within I think a year or something like that, I think it's $10.
Yeah. See, and like on the one hand, I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want people changing it more than once a year, just don't let them change it more than once a year.
Yeah.
And if you do let them like $1, $2, not 10, that's stupid.
Yeah.
The server changes on World of Warcraft. It's like, okay, fine. There's some back end around that and you want to discourage it. So I understand. Just instead of charging, what is it, $32 Canadian or something?
Something like that.
Instead of charging some ridiculous amount, just charge a couple bucks and put a limit on it. You can only do it once every 6 months or a year or whatever. I don't like the hugely artificial for technical things that just let people play together. That's my thing. Like if I'm going to switch servers, it's so that I can play with my friends. Let me do that, and I will be more likely to spend money on other things. Charge me $32 for it, and I'm just not going to play the damn game.
Yeah.
I mean, for $32, I expect that kind of price for DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
For a game add-on that gives me more to my game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a fucking cat or something that I can ride around on.
Yeah, or being able to log into a different server with different people.
Yeah.
That's the exact same game.
Yeah.
Even race change and faction change, they're both $32 as well.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Criminal.
Yeah.
Criminal. You're going to jail, but no, they're not.
No.
Well, not for that anyways.
No.
I will tell you though, one thing that I don't necessarily hate, but I think is dumb is like deluxe edition expansions that come with like cosmetics.
Oh yeah, like a shitty weapon that's going to be good until you hit like level 5 and then it's fucking garbage.
I mean, yeah, those are dumb too, but at least those are theoretically useful. It's like Diablo 3 did this where it's like, I have the nightmare wings on my character, which do nothing. They're strictly cosmetic because I bought the Founders Edition of this expansion. It's like, are you really just broadcasting to the world that you paid extra money for the same game? Like, that's fine if that's your thing. If you really want your character to look that way, fine. I've spent more money on stupid stuff than most people. I can't judge. But at the same time, I'm just like, that's not something I would advertise. Like, that's part of the thing with cosmetics is like, I'm not going to advertise that I spent money on stupid shit.
I mean, we've all spent money on stupid shit.
But I don't usually advertise it. There are things. I mean, the Boring Company flamethrower over there, I do advertise that I spent money on that stupid shit. But
something like with Destiny, because I like the game. I really do. Despite its problems, I do like the game. I still feel it's the best first-person shooter control-wise.
Sure.
It's just, it's good. I enjoy it. It's great playing with friends. I have no problem paying for certain things. So like if there's a cosmetic in there that I like oh, wow, they have they have a bundle. And I'll bring up one. It was all, their previous season was all about fire. It was based around their solar subclass. So they had an armor set, a sparrow, a ship, and a ghost shell.
Yeah.
That all had this like animated fire coming out of it or whatever. And they look cool. So I bought the armor and I bought the bundle with the ship, ghost, and sparrow in it.
Yeah.
Because they look cool. I don't mind supporting it in that way.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I have no problem spending money on a game that I like and I will support it. However, other things like, let's say Diablo Immortal right now, which has some really shitty microtransactions fucking bullshit in order to get up there to compete at an end game level.
Yep.
That's dog shit.
That's pay to win.
That's
the worst of pay to win.
Well, that's exclusively pay to win.
Yes.
Like there's no way to compete if you're not paying to win, which is gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Cosmetics they're like my trigger when it comes to consumables because I know people's kids who have spent money on them and it's just fucking heartbreaking when they're like, yeah, my kid spent $700 on fucking cosmetics because I don't know, whatever, the credit card was saved in the phone. And to some degree, I'm like, well, don't give your kid a fucking phone with your credit card in it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's like, also, don't be a scummy company that targets children.
Yep.
I think if I was going to do cosmetics in a game that I was writing, I would do it in a way that it's like, you can buy cosmetic slots or credits or something. So it's like, spend $2 on a cosmetic slot and you can put any of the cosmetics in the game into that slot. And if you want to, but you can only cycle them every like few months or something. So if you want like a collection, it's going to cost you $50 to get like 25 slots or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can refresh them. So like if you're a cosmetic junkie, fine. But like it's still going to cap out at like $100 spend because who needs more than that?
Yeah.
Because it's not like buy this specific item. Obviously, that would make the company less money. But at least I'd be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Like, because that way you're never going to rack up like the thousands and thousands of dollars that these games do.
Yeah. I
don't know.
I honestly feel it should be attached to like...
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Fuckers. How did you know that landmine was there? I would want it to be a part of a greater package. Like, so if you're getting...
Oh, that too.
Yeah, like if you're getting new cosmetics and stuff, like attach that to a DLC where, yes, you're getting... new this, new that, new this, but you also get a new area to explore, new quest lines to play through. You know what I mean?
Even if it's just like pay a few bucks to get this kick-ass sword that is a kick-ass sword that also comes with the cosmetic for the kick-ass sword.
Yeah.
Like even that's less disgusting.
Yeah.
It's still a little gross, but it's less disgusting.
I mean, I look at the DLC for like The Witcher 3. Like, Oh my God.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, there was so much of it. And
okay. It was like well done. It was good bundles. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like it was really good content.
I dig it.
Skyrim had great DLC as well.
Yeah, I recall that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the dragon, what the hell was it? The Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you got new quest lines and stuff.
Yeah, and there's an entire new island or something too. What about microtransactions to get away ads?
So I don't like recurring. So, okay, there's 3 categories of this because I've actually put a fair bit of thought into this because I've started writing games before and been like, how would I do this? Either subscriptions don't see ads, period.
Yep.
Or a one-time unlock fee for ads.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're a bastard.
Yeah.
Like, pay 99 cents to get rid of ads for a month? Nah, fuck you. Pay 99 cents or $2 or whatever to get like some premium benefits and also don't see ads. Okay, I can live with that. And there are apps that are like, it's a free app, but it's $4.99 to like buy the app, like to actually get rid of the ads.
Yeah.
Totally cool. Actually, I think that's a great model.
I think that is, I prefer that one as well too, because I'm going to go and I'm going to play that
You're getting a demo.
Yeah. And if I like it enough that like I'm going to continue playing it and I don't want the ads anymore, well then, I want to support them and get rid of the stupid ads.
I think, I almost think that it wasn't the Kittens game, but it was something like the Kittens game that had that, where it was like $2 to get rid of the ads. It was a free game, but it was $2 if you wanted to get rid of the stupid banner ad. It's like, of course I'll pay that.
Yeah.
A lot of the mobile online, or like a lot of the mobile game apps, a lot of them do that. Some that have in the last episode, I mentioned Puzzles and Dragons, and they had a subscription-based service where a month it's like $5.99, $6.99 a month, and you don't get ads, but you also get a Pet Familiar daily currency, like in-game currency rewards.
Yeah.
That you can use to get other heroes and whatever, and you get a certain amount every day. That kind of shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah. I dig it. And again, if you enjoy the game and it's something that you have fun, playing, then giving up a bit of money each month I find it's no different than a subscription service.
That's
Netflix
what I equate it to. Like there are a lot of people who are just universally against microtransactions in any form. And I think, to be fair, if you actually dig into it, that's only partly true. They do have some wiggle room. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's like, if I'm willing to pay $16 a month to play WoW, I think it's that currently in Canadian dollars, something like that. Then why would anyone bat an eye if I was spending $10 a month on consumables for a different game that I'm playing?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I'm saving money.
Yeah.
Why would anyone think less of that? Like, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's important that it doesn't break the game's balance. And it's important that it doesn't, like, it's not predatory towards children. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, like, Tibia was an example where it's like, you could buy health potions and stuff, and you could get a fair bit of stuff for $10 a month. That was not game breaking, but was really good quality of life improvements. Mm-hmm. Actually, one of them, stupid fucking thing, but honestly, one of the most genius microtransactions in history. Gold coins weigh, like they have a weight in Tibia. And of course, as I said, you have a weight capacity.
Yeah.
You could buy a converter that would automatically in your backpack change a stack of gold coins to a single like platinum coin and save you all of that weight. And it had limited uses. But it was like, if you were going to do a microtransaction, that was the first thing that you bought.
Yeah. Because
like value for money wise, it was huge. And it was like, I think they were 99. They were the equivalent of like 99 cents or something like that. They weren't expensive. Mm-hmm. And so like everybody bought these, like so many people bought these because even you could like sell some in-game currency for enough Tibia coins to buy this thing.
Yeah.
Most genius fucking microtransaction on earth because like I don't know, 80% of the players probably had this damn thing.
Yeah.
And you'd have to buy a new one every like, I don't know, week or so, depending on how much you hunt. And Genius.
Yep.
Absolute genius. And no game break, no nothing. It was just a stupid little throwaway that I'm sure made them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So jumping back to mobile games,
Yes.
There's a lot of them now where, like, one of them I have, it's kind of an idle game called Cats and Soup. And it's like, yeah, it's literally cats making soup. It's adorable.
Interesting.
But
you make cats into soup?
That's what I thought first. Too.
No, cats are
You
making
fucking
soup.
monster.
Oh my god.
Have you watched Ratatouille?
No.
Okay. Continue.
But like with that, it's like, hey, get extra coins by watching this ad. Do you consider that a microtransaction? I kind of do of a sort, but
I consider that utter bullshit.
Yes,
but I mean, whatever. I don't have a problem with it. Like if people, here's my problem with it. Not that it exists or that people do it or anything else. It's that usually that pops up in your face.
Yeah.
Like usually it's like, you beat the level. If you watch this ad, we'll give you, and I'm
You'll
like,
double
fuck.
your rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to hell. Don't. We got rid of pop-ups like 20 fucking years ago, and now you're trying to bring them back.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, yeah, it's microtransaction-y.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever. I guess if people want to watch ads, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or like when you die mid-run in an endless runner game and it just pops up. It's like, if you watch this ad, you can revive right now.
Yeah.
And continue your amazingly fucking long runs. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm done now.
I would rather. So here's the thing. I actually don't have a problem with ads for the most part, because I recognize that without ads, most of the internet wouldn't exist.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But in a game, I would never watch an ad. If that came up, I'd be like, nope, delete. I would just delete the app.
Yeah. No, I go through and I'll watch, like, I think for a lot of the games that have it, the ones at least that I play, they're ones that like I can sit and be doing something else in the computer and it's an idle game. So I can just play the ad, let it run, and I'm doing something else and come back to it eventually. But like it's still not fun or cool.
Yeah. Like I would rather it come up and ask me for money than ask me to watch an ad.
Yeah.
It feels less like grubby to me, even though it's not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm weird about ads because on the one hand, I'm fully for them. I recognize that they make the internet go round, but at the same time, like I pay for YouTube Premium. Like I don't see ads.
Yep.
Same.
I don't go to sites with ads because I will pay for a paywall site rather than use one with ads.
Yep.
I mean, I do see ads. Obviously, there are fucking ads anytime you Google search something, but
Everywhere.
On the whole, I don't see ads. But yeah, in games, no.
Yeah.
Just keep ads the hell out of my games.
There was, and I can't remember what generation it was. I want to say it was the Xbox 360 era, but there was a time when game developers, and I'm going to specifically name EA because it's EA.
Because they're the worst.
We're going to start putting ads in their games that you paid money for.
Yeah, like their hockey games and shit. I remember this.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was going to. I think they did.
They did.
Yeah.
Because some of them, I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I remember when...
Well, I think
at
NHL.
at the end of a game, when you finished up and there's like, no, we're going to take you to the Subway post-game thing. And then they show like a little Subway ad and it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's gross.
No, it was gross. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your Maddens, your FIFAs, like all you... Like,
and I remember them saying at the time, they were like, well, we already put advertisements on like the boards on the rink and stuff. And I'm like, that's not the same thing. And you fucking know it.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't pretend that's the same.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, fine. If you want to have Pepsi pay for advertising spots in the background of your game, fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if you're playing NHL or whatever, and you're halfway through the first period or whatever, and the whistle stops, and then all of a sudden you get an ad on your screen. Like, can you imagine you're just playing, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a Burger King ad, and you're like,
no, I mean,
what the fuck?
I can imagine that because like there were Flash games that did exactly that.
Yeah.
And they were garbage.
Yeah.
And
that would drive me nuts.
Oh, it's stupid.
Fuck.
It's infuriating.
You're playing WoW, and then all of a sudden something pops up about a Le Chateau freaking like a Le Chateau ad.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
What?
Yeah,
No.
like, at least show me a Boston Pizza ad.
Hey,
or
come
something.
on,
Yeah.
man. Give me them nachos.
Yeah, that's right. I remember the April Fool's Day for WoW, where they were doing the Pandora Express, where they were gonna do in-game food ordering service. And I guess the reception, the urban legend goes, and I don't know how true this is, although I don't doubt it. The urban legend is basically that enough people were like trying to, like, they wanted to use it. They were filing support tickets about it and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually considered like doing it, that they were really actually looking into it. And it's funny because like these days you'd be like, yeah, sure, just hook it up to Uber Eats, done. Like, that's simple.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the time, people were like, that's the stupidest fucking thing. That's so gross and stupid. And those greasy gamers. And now it's like, yeah, no, you just literally like link them out to Uber Eats in the game and you'd be done.
Yep. Yeah. It's crazy.
So I find it very funny.
I'm surprised something like that actually has not happened.
I guarantee there are mods for WoW that let you order Uber Eats in game.
Probably.
Wow, okay, I don't guarantee it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. That's when like your notification would pop up in game. It's like, oh, your order is here.
Sure. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah.
There are mods that talk to other servers already.
Yep.
You could totally, assuming you had the API keys and stuff to do it, which that might be the limiting factor. Yeah. But you could totally do a like Uber Eats tracker. Just put it up in your Quest tracker area. It's like, food's prepared, driver's on the way, approaching now.
Yeah.
Well, considering you could play Peggle as like a mini game within WoW, while you're in flight,
100%.
Going off your April Fool's thing,
yes,
because I just remembered this, but April Fool's DLC, I got nailed with one.
Okay,
one of them got me. So I was watching a video, and this I can't remember how far back it was, but it was for Titanfall.
Okay,
Titanfall is a first-person shooter where you pilot
very big
fucking robots that have big ass guns.
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
Yeah. Well, the DLC was Optimus Prime.
That would get you.
So, it got me good. It got me so good because the voice was there. It was a Titanfall mech, but it had Optimus Prime's head in the color scheme and even the gun. And I was like, having no idea whatsoever that it's April Fool's, you fucking idiot. I'm just like, Chad sold. I'm buying this shit. Here's my card. I'll give you my money. And then
insert Fry meme. Just take my money.
Oh yeah, yeah, right there. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me afterwards that, oh fuck.
So staying on the topic of April Fools, there's two things. First of all, one of the most famous companies, I think, or at least, well, maybe not famous, but one of the companies that routinely did April Fool's pranks that ended up more often than not at least trying to become real because so many people wanted them was ThinkGeek, the like clothing and swag store. Mm-hmm. The one was like the Tauntaun sleeping bag from Star Wars. They actually ended up making it because like literally it was like the number of people that clicked through to try and buy it was just astra-fucking-nomical. And so they were like, okay, we're going to try and make this. And I actually think I don't have it anymore, canned unicorn meat. Yes. So it was a can with a plush unicorn in it. And I'm pretty sure that started as an April Fool's joke that then and I don't know if it was ThinkGeek. I think it was. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh shit, like people want this. So they ended up making it.
Yeah.
But total non sequitur, leaving the gaming space for just a second. One other April Fool's prank that I just thought was really funny. So Gmail did at one point, there was an April Fool's of printing service that they would print out your emails and send them to you. and like 99% of people saw this and they were like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. Haha. But apparently they got a massive number of requests from people being like, yeah, please send me my printed fucking email.
This is the only way I'm going to remember what my password was.
It's like, oh no, people are the worst.
Well, considering there's literally people that still do that, it's the only way they'll read their emails.
100%. So, I've known people who print their emails. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, I know we print them at work, but that's only when somebody comes up to me and is like, oh, hey, do you know where this is?
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, there are emails that you print. That's fair. But no, there are people that like every email they print. And it's just like, oh my God.
It's like, oh, I got a new email. Print.
Seriously. Yeah. No, it's crazy. And then they'll shred it after they read it.
Oh my God.
They're environmentally friendly, those people. So microtransactions are the second coming, and everyone should love them.
There's like 20% that are good, and then the other 80%.
Do you think it's 20? I think it's lower.
Fuck.
I think it's more like 5 at
think
most.
So?
Yeah, there are. Keep in mind that there are so many. Well, okay, I guess it depends on how you do percentages. I'm thinking like there are so many apps that neither you or I or probably anybody watching this would ever actually download, but they're just riddled with the shit.
Well, I brought up gotcha games.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like there are, if you go to the App Store, I guarantee there are 50,000 of them that neither of us would ever look at that are just riddled with it. On the other hand, if you look at it as like a percentage of like types of DLC, then 20% is probably about right.
Yeah. And then the other 80% can just fuck off.
Yeah, just die in a fire.
Yeah.
But I am definitely like I have spent I don't know. I've probably spent a couple $1,000s on microtransactions in my life. Yeah. Some of them bigger than others. Like I dumped $200 on WoW in a day to get back into it after a hiatus. DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, I spent a bunch of money on shards and other stuff. Tibia, I'm sure I dropped a few $100s, but that would have been over the course of like 6 years. So, so I am a microtransaction purchaser, but I will confidently say that I never once bought cosmetics.
But it was also games that you enjoyed.
Games that I enjoyed, or games that I specifically was buying into to play with friends.
Yeah.
I was the same too with like Destiny, The Division 1 and 2.
Tom Clancy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great games. Absolutely great games.
I like some of the Tom Clancy games. I really enjoy some of them.
Yeah. So and like we said, we've got no problems, paying for stuff for games and publishers, developers that we enjoy.
I like supporting good games. Yeah.
But it's the ones that look really, really good, but then when you hit that start button, and you're fucked.
And the ones that are just like literally. So I didn't bring this up earlier, but I had it written down. I played Big Win Hockey. It's called.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, okay. It's this stupid, and it's literally imagine Magic the Gathering, but hockey card. Well, just imagine hockey cards.
Okay.
But you buy a pack of hockey cards, and you might get a good one, and then that's your players that you then play hockey games with.
Oh, okay.
So, like in theory, it's actually kind of a cool idea, right? You buy your little booster pack of hockey players, and then you play a game, like you build your roster and you play games with them. So, like, there's a certain amount of that's kind of fun. Except that the packs are like $5 a piece. Yeah. But I was playing this with some people down in Silicon Valley. So, of course, $5, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
So I would say over the course of a couple of months, we all probably dropped a few $100s into that game, which was just stupid. And just like got nothing meaningful out of it. It was cute. The graphics were great and like everything, but it just the dumbest fucking game. And literally the entire game was basically buy these packs and then do automated. Like you didn't even control the hockey games.
Oh, they're simulated.
They were simulated. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
And
so but you would like build your teams or whatever?
You would build your team. Yeah. You would build your team and you would level players up as far as I remember. And there was like progression mechanics, but like it was all about just like buy another booster pack and see if you can get a rare player.
EA ended up doing that with all of their sports games with the whole ultimate team thing.
Yeah.
Where you bought booster packs and depending on, now I don't know if there was different packs that gave you different
probably
player, upgrades or whatever. But
there always are.
Yeah. And they actually had a lot of shit over in Europe. I can't remember which country, but there's a country over there that basically banned what EA was doing with the whole loot box thing because they considered it gambling.
I thought that was the EU. I thought that was the European Union.
Was it Europe?
I thought Australia did that too.
Oh, could be.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I know they got pinched for it and it all stemmed from FIFA and that whole ultimate team.
Even here in Canada, Quebec. I don't know specifically about instances, but I know Quebec consumer protection laws are a lot tighter than here, and there are things that in Quebec, like I guess misprinted ads in Quebec even if you like misprint a flyer, you like have to honor the price or something in Quebec. Don't quote me on that. If you're from Quebec and I'm talking shit, feel free to tell me so in the comments. But I just know from Red Flag Deals, for our US people, that's just a Canadian deals site. There's always these threads where it's like, oh, you know, I don't know. What's the dish manufacturer that everybody loves? I've got the most stairs. La Creuset.
Why are you asking me?
I was asking either of you, but no.
You're pointing at me.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Papermate?
Of the two of you, which is more likely to know about dishes?
Rubbermaid.
Yeah, true.
La Creuset. I'm sure it's La Creuset. They do deals sometimes, and one of them, I remember specifically, there was like a misprint where it was like, instead of get like buy one, get one free, it was like buy one dish, get like a set of dishes free. And so like the thread was full of people saying like, oh, there's no fucking way you're getting this. They'll turn it back. And then there was a bunch of Quebec people saying like, well, they can do that if they want, but like, I'm in Quebec, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's horrible to do business in Quebec. Those poor bastards. So I think that extends to games too, because I've heard things about like DLC and stuff. Like if there is anything about the DLC that is not completely honest when they release it, my understanding is in Quebec, like refunds are like automatically approved, because it's just like, yep, you got something and it wasn't what it was promised, so here's your money.
Yeah, that'd be nice if they did that with digital purchases, because I don't know how many times I've bought a game and then I've tried it and played it and just fucking hated it, but you're stuck with it.
Then how would Peter Molyneux get his money?
That's true.
That's true. Okay, so that's actually where I'm going to potentially wrap it up here.
Well, I have one thought.
Yeah, okay, you go first.
When you were talking about that, the big win hockey. Yeah. Would you consider Magic the Gathering microtransaction-y then?
So the gap between online Magic the Gathering and that game that I was talking about is vanishingly small.
Yeah.
The difference, I would say, is that you are very much in control of you pilot your deck in Magic.
Okay.
So it is slightly different, but honestly, yeah, I mean, Magic the Gathering is like the original microtransaction, right? Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
And it's predatory in the way that so many things are, where every new set, like you have to buy the new sets. You can't, unless you do like a block format where you continue playing with the same block forever, you can't just buy into Magic and then play for the next 10 years. Unless you're doing a block. Blocks exist, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, oh, they introduced energy in this new one. Oh, okay, well, I have to do that. Oh, they introduced constructs. I have to do that. Magic sucks.
That's why Chad and I have never started playing it, because I think I
played when it first came out.
Well, yeah, when you first came out, but
instantly. And that wasn't that was just because of the game so early. There was a lot of players that had like kind of cheesy decks that made it hard to.
Oh, there still are.
Oh yeah, I believe.
Yeah, they're worse now. Much worse.
Yeah, but like having to keep up with the Joneses on those, like,
it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it's even worse when you're keeping up with the Joneses and never play. Like I have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Magic cards and I don't play.
Yeah.
But I like collecting them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I could create blocks with my collection and we could play. But no, Magic is absolutely like the sort of the original microtransaction. It's
not only microtransaction-y, but loot boxy too.
Oh God, yeah. Well, the definition of loot box, So
in that case, you could even go back to like hockey and baseball cards.
Very much the same thing. Yeah. With the exception that I think
you got to stick a gum with it though.
Well, it's more than that. When baseball cards came out, like when the Ken Griffey Jr. Is that the right?
That sounds like a right name. Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card is one of the most valuable cards ever. Am I right?
Let's say yes.
Sure.
We'll say yes. When that card came out, it was not like, oh my God, it's worth $1 million. Which the same is largely true with Magic. It was like, oh, that's the card that like came out, and then he went on to be this amazing player. So now that card's worth money.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with Magic. So it's like, it's loot boxy, but it's almost like, at least with baseball cards, it's like, oh, I got their rookie card. I have no idea if this will ever be worth anything, because they could be the shittiest player ever. And it's in the future. I can't predict that.
Yeah.
Or at least I can't know it.
Yeah.
With Magic, there was some of that, and then also there's cards that come out, and it's like, oh, this is the best card that's
I was going to
in the
ask,
set, and god, yeah. Even before the sets are released, there's usually pricing estimates on cards, and people already know which ones. Wow. People already know which ones are going to be banned more often than not. So it's different, but yeah, definitely baseball cards and Magic have a lot of similarity between them.
Yeah.
So the thing that I was gonna mention, little rant to end the episode here, is Peter Molyneux. He has scammed people with Goddess and a handful of other games. His latest one, and this is both Peter Molyneux, you're a giant festering anus, and also people who supported this, you're fucking idiots. He created Scooter. Do I need to pick you up? Come over here. He created a new game, or is creating a new game. He's scamming people, where you buy land with. So it's like a cryptocurrency game with NFTs that you like buy into land, and then you can mint NFTs in the game that then you can sell for the cryptocurrency that's specific to the game. Anyone with a brain looks at this and is like, oh, this is complete horseshit. Dude has raised, and the studio, like Peter Molyneux / the studio that's doing it, $53 million for selling fake land in a fake game that will never exist based on NFTs and cryptocurrency. If you ever needed to know how fucking stupid people are, that's Exhibit A right there.
Also, he's fucking genius for coming up with that to begin with.
I don't know how he keeps scamming people.
And also an asshole.
Like, it is very publicly known that this guy has, like, the last, 4 games he's produced have been utter scams.
You figure people would have learned, after Fable was supposed to be the end-all, be-all.
I mean...
And it really wasn't. It was a good game, but it wasn't everything he said it was going to be.
See, that's the difference. Like, Fable, I think, is where it started to turn for him. Like, Fable was still a good game.
Yeah.
But, Goddess Wars... the trail game, whatever it's called, and undoubtedly this new one, which is called Legacy or something, literally just lied. Literally just complete fabrications. It's like, this is what the game's going to do. Didn't do any of that. And yet people are giving him $53 million for fake land that will probably never exist.
Oh, God.
And here we are, fucking, we're in the wrong business.
We're in the right category of business, but in the wrong sector.
We need to be scammier. Send me, comment below. No, don't comment. DM us on Instagram. Send us your credit card details. We just need to be scam artists.
I am in the right category.
Cat, except hold her up, because that's not...
Again, she is stuck behind the microphone.
Your microphone. No. All right, well...
Okay.
Scooter didn't want to be a star tonight.
She's camera shy.
Yeah, I just, it blows my mind that this guy has scammed people, very publicly scammed people over and over, and still manages to raise that kind of cash. Unfucking believable.
Even if he hadn't previously scammed people, just the entire...
It's still stupid.
The entire concept is ridiculous.
Completely stupid.
Why?
I can't wrap my head around it. And then you layer on top of that he's a known scam artist. Yeah. And it's just you people just want to lose your money. There's no other explanation.
If they just want to throw money in the trash, I have a garbage can in my kitchen. You're welcome to come and put it there.
We can register a P.O. box.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
With all that money, we could hang posters on these walls.
Yeah.
$53 million, we could get a poster up.
You could even use Dice to Pixels the garbage can.
There you go. That I read about that. It's not new. I think it happened beginning of last year, maybe. I've been behind the times on gaming news a bit, but I read that yesterday, I guess, and I was just like, oh my God.
I hate those ridiculous. People. I hate them so much.
I hate everyone involved. I hate every person who, and if you happen to be watching and you're one of the people that bought land in it, first of all, what the fuck were you thinking? And second of all, we hate you a bit.
Shame on you. Shame.
Because it's it takes two to tango, right? Peter Molyneux is a scam artist and is scamming these people blind. But also, they all bought this stupid garbage.
And it's not like it's not like the internet doesn't exist. Like you could just easily look up the game or his name or anything.
Literally, if you search the game's name, half of the results are about Peter Molyneux scamming these people.
Like even at the beginning when it first came out, though, like you could probably just
when it first came out, I can guarantee half the results would have been about Peter Molyneux scamming these people.
All you have to do is look at his previous 20 years of game development and promises, and that's all of the information you need to know that this guy is gonna fucking rip you off.
Anyways, we're gonna stop ragging on him too hard here, but no, just the fact that people like, what does it take for people to learn? Yeah. It's crazy. $53 million.
The definition of insanity, right?
Yeah. Utterly insane.
So
think of all the fancy toilets we could buy with that.
Are we buying fancy toilets?
Why not?
Okay, sure.
Just one made of glass.
I mean, at least they'd exist.
Like complete glass, everything.
I don't want that.
I guess.
I don't want that.
It'd have to be a really good self-cleaning.
I guess. All right, on that cheery note, thank you for sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed this. Let us know in the comments. We really do read, and I've started replying to more of the comments, and I see a couple of you have as well.
Yep.
If you like what you're seeing, please hit that thumbs up down there. Subscribe, please. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell 8 friends.
Yep.
8 friends? Okay. Tell 8 friends. Join our Discord. We'll leave a link down there. We're a bunch of gamers. We have fun. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We got a questions thread there if you got any questions you want to ask us. We're also looking for little micro questions for a 20 questions kind of thing for each of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, thank you for joining us. And you take care of yourselves. We'll see you again next time.
Cheers.